According to the clock, it's time for us to get started. We can do it after this. I don't know how much of this we can stand anyway, as long as it is here. Let's have the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll have a word of prayer. Lord, we thank you for this day and for the many blessings of life. And Father, we ask for thy blessing upon this meeting here, that what we do will be to favor our fellow man and help our county along and help it go forward. Our Father, forgive us for our shortcomings. And we ask a special blessing upon our schools as they start back in session today. Ask for thy safety and that you would watch over them, protect them, and guide them. All these things we ask in thy name. Amen. Amen. Well, we'd like to welcome everybody here, whether on the air or here in person. And I see we have a distinguished guest back here. Glad to have you, Charlie.
Yes, sir. Good to be here.
We'll try to keep it as short as we can to meet the heat. Randy?
Yes, sir. Denzel Potter.
Here.
John Brown.
Here.
Stanley Rigsby.
Here.
Brandon Evans.
Here.
Anthony Likens.
Here.
Stanley Franklin.
Here. So we've got a quorum, haven't we?
Sir.
Okay, are the minutes in our hand somewhere, I guess? From the last meeting?
You know what?
The minutes, are they?
We'll have to table that. I'll mail them.
Okay, all right.
I copied them and left them in the office.
All right. Okay, emergency management. Irene, have you got something you want to say to us?
No, I've got it all on here,
Okay.
but I need you all to approve. I've applied for a 50/50 grant, the first EOC. And the fiscal court will pay half of it, and the state federal will pay the other half.
For what? What's it for?
Equipment to go in the EOC.
Go where?
Is that for the room downstairs, the equipment, you need the
it's
equipment
the
with?
downstairs.
Okay,
And it's in the KRS that we have in the EOC.
all
We're
right.
not having
Is this the email you sent the other day?
Yeah, I emailed you all
Yeah.
the copy the other day. And I also need you all to approve when you go to
We need a vote of approval on that. There wouldn't need, you need a vote of approval on that.
yeah.
All right.
Motion.
All right.
Second.
Second. Anthony made it and John seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
You need another motion to,
Yeah, I need you all to approve when you go to the Kentucky Emergency Services Office.
Okay.
I'll make that motion.
Brandon Evans made.
Brandon made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Made a second, John.
Mayor Denzel, we both did at the same time, so whoever you're right now.
See, Mr. Curd's not in the crowd with us tonight, I don't think. But I don't know of anything that's, we're waiting on the, approval of letting us, take some of this street fill and put it in the landfill out here by Extension Service. I think as of now, they're taking Tim Keller's lot in behind, his business back there. But we're waiting for that approval so we can haul some of that there. I don't know if anything about the road department that needs to be said at this time. I know they've been mowing, and we certainly want to keep our roads as safe as possible for the kids, the school buses and everything. And
We have one here tonight to talk about a road.
Okay.
You want to do that now or later?
Or we'll get him on down here and new
Okay.
business, if it's all right.
Sounds good.
We ever figure out any more about them slips?
Well, you got a letter there, and stack stuff there, and read that if you want to.
Okay.
It appears to me that they're not gonna prove anything new, it's just whatever goes there when they came and made their,
Mm-hmm.
that's all we're gonna pay for. Is that what you get it, Irene?
Yeah, it has to be.
But the one that's already being pre-approved and
Yeah.
already on the list. I know it's a bunch of mine still in bad shape up through there.
I don't hardly understand that. I mean, if they got worse during the time of it, it looked to me like they would want to fix that. I don't know. It seems like everything right now is on a standstill in state government. I don't know, of course, the changing in the governorships or what it is, but it seems like everything's at a standstill. But it'll get better. See, Robin, you wanna say anything about the Wellness Center?
For the month of July, our attendance was back up to over 1,000 people. It wasn't as much as it was the first month we were open, missing by about 61 people. We had total deposits down there of $2,950. Since our last meeting, I have met with Jason Akers from Rising Sun. I told him that we're not satisfied with what they're doing down there. Evidently, the letter that you sent to John Hayden has not been sent on to the contractors. The painter was up one day, he couldn't finish the painting until they came and did some more pipe work. The last couple of days, we've had leaking from the ceiling again. The guys with HVAC units, we had a roof unit, and it had like a little lid on the side that was just twisted and mangled, you saw it. They took that off and just beat it out, hammered it out. I told them we weren't going to accept that. It should have been a new one.
I sent a pretty stern letter in regards to this. I think the fiscal court asked me a couple months ago. We were coming up on the warranty period. Basically said that it was the building itself was unsatisfactory, that it was still leaking, that there was a bunch of problems with it. I attached the punch list, I believe, that we had from the independent contractor. I was told that the building was satisfactory, that it wasn't leaking, which I found as a surprise considering somebody is telling me this from Lexington, that it wasn't leaking when I had people telling me from here that it was. So that's kind of where we are right now. They're denying that anything is wrong with the building that is leaking and has multiple problems with it. At this point, I don't even know if Codell is listening. I don't know if we can catch her attention by any other means than just suing them. But they're trying to placate us until the warranty's out, and they can say, they basically said, well, you have people in it, so it's satisfactory now. So they don't think that a building that's brand new shouldn't leak. And it's very frustrating. But yeah, the letter's been sent out, they've pretty much ignored it, and this is where we are now.
Well, Jason Akers, like I said, the Rising Sun came up last week. He said, he was talking about the doors. I told him we were not happy with the doors. If they weed eat outside by the back doors, the grass is in the gym. I mean, that's how much, there's gaps in between this far. And I told him we just weren't happy with it. He said, I'll have somebody up here. This was on a Wednesday. He said, I'll have him here Friday after her phone. I called John Hayden Codell twice. He hasn't returned my call. The painters, like I said, he said until they get the other stuff done, he calls it pipe penetrations. I'm not sure what that is before he can finish painting. These have to be done. The four people said they would be back within a week. The guy told me that he would actually clean the floors for us in the bathrooms where all that ground stuff was. Haven't heard from him. And like I said, I've called John Hayden. And I don't know if he's on vacation or what. He's not calling back.
I hear a lot of promises. It's hard to get a hold of anybody. You finally get a hold of somebody, you hear a lot of promises. You hear a lot of dates thrown about, but then when those dates come and pass us by, there's nothing done. So that's where we are.
Do you think we need to write them another letter at this point? Or
communication's always good in situations like this. I don't know if it's going to be good enough. I don't know if we're accurately or sufficiently capturing their attention, if you will. So I'll send them one more letter if it comes and it's still leaking. I mean, we're way into the life of the contract. If it's still leaking, then we just need to file suit, see where it takes us. Everybody here knows lawsuits take a long time and it's expensive, but they're not listening.
No. And I think on some of it, maybe the 15th of August.
Well,
They're saying that's when the warranty is up on some stuff.
and we've notified them sufficiently that they have not abided by the contract, and so they have been put on notice.
Yeah.
But
They're saying August the 15th on some of it. But now I have documentation on every time I've called him, everything that I have found wrong, water leaking.
warranties are satisfied when everything's good up until that point. When things aren't good up to that point, the warranty period, it basically never starts. You have to present a good product to people before we sign off on it, and it's leaked since the very start. I mean, that's where we are. But yeah, we'll send one more later. After that, I really think that we should probably just sue them. We'll sue them and see if we can get their attention.
What about the update on the soccer field? Is there any?
I tried to get hold of a Brian Johnson that runs what I thought was the Johnson County Soccer League. I think that they had leased land off of Johnson County. I have not been able to get a hold of him. So right now, it's basically we're writing the contract. It's from start to finish. I really think the people that get something out of something usually write the contract. If I'm getting something for free, I usually want to be the one that writes the contract and pay for it. Morgan County, we're essentially giving up land, for $1 a year, and they're wanting us to also, write the contract. That's not something that we usually do. I've been trying my best to try to get a hold of contracts kind of the same way that these lease contracts with regards to fiscal courts. It's been tough. Nobody actually wants to give those up. But I'm still looking. I would welcome the soccer board to come forward with some type of contract of their own, because, we're the ones giving something up. We shouldn't have to go and find what they're looking for. But, we're still looking on that.
What we're talking about is the area behind the wellness center back there. We're going to develop that into a soccer field and lease it to them for $1 a year. And we're waiting to get the contract with us and the soccer people so they can move forward with it. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Ms. Treasurer, you want to talk to us about money?
All right. Got your little packet together. On the front page, as of 7/31, our unencumbered cash balance is in the general fund was $204,485.95. The road had $194,312.79. The jail had $24,007.01. And then special projects had $75,746.43. Behind that is attached for the appropriation condition report and the revenue condition report. You can look that over. And the very last page is an up-to-date financial statement that was printed today. If you want to look that over.
We'll need a motion on that.
I'll make the motion. Anthony made it, got a second? Second. Randy second, all in favor?
I also have a budget amendment for $500. We received a donation for the animal shelter, and I created a line item for the revenue for the donation so that it can go directly to the animal shelter, because it was a donation for the animal shelter, so it'll go into the line item. So we need to do the first reading on that.
So moved.
John made, Stanley second. All in favor?
Aye.
Lindsay, do you want, we need a separate motion on the budget, cash and everything transfers?
No, I didn't have any.
No, okay.
Didn't have any. All I had was the budget amendment, number 1.
Good.
That's it for me right now.
There's some discussion about that trash dumpster that's over there in front of the animal shelter, and it's not needed by us, and it's just turns out to be a public dumpster, and she said they only have over 3 or 4 bags of garbage a week, and they can take care of that within the system itself, and they'd like to ask to get rid of that dumpster.
Down
And
there.
how much would that save us, Lindsay?
We've got it on the agenda as number
Okay.
3 to go over more in detail. If you want to go ahead and do it now, that's fine. I can go ahead and break it out, or if you want to wait.
We can wait and talk about more
Okay.
about it later on.
Okay. Is that mine?
Okay, what about the rescue squad? Is that something,
This is just something that we do every year, it's affiliation agreement between the fiscal court and the rescue squad. But it has to be signed before it's subject to first.
okay? Does that need a motion to do that? or not?
Motion to accept the
Okay.
mission statement.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, Angel made it.
Take it.
Stanley second, all in favor? Aye. Okay, what about item number 2? Lindsay or Connie know anything about that?
Yes, Eddie Beanie, who helps us with our server and everything, he is offering to do a monthly, to give us, it's a monthly service where he will do monitoring everything, basically, our computers, our servers, the whole deal, for $178 a month. It keeps our operating system current. It keeps our security up to date and, you know, making sure it's on top of everything. If we have any issues, there are tech support to go to. It would be $178 a month. We do not have that budgeted. So that's, you know, that's something to consider, you know. We could probably make it work. So, but that's a decision if you all want to make to have that protection, that extra protection.
Well, in your opinion, it'd be money well spent?
It definitely could benefit us, you know, it verifies our backups are working and everything, and sometimes that's all you got, you know. Okay.
We combined some line items for them.
Okay, so in our software and maintenance, we did kind of beef it up, so we would have the,
Probably the
probably
majority of it to cover
would be
it.
able to cover it in our line items, so would be good.
Well, does anybody want to entertain a motion that we go along with this? It's for our own security, I'd say.
I will.
Brandon made the motion. Second.
Second.
John second, all in favor?
Aye.
Both like sign.
Okay.
Now move on to the animal shelter.
Now we're on to the animal shelter. Okay, they've got a bunch of different things. She is spending about we are spending about $55 a month on the advanced disposal for her dumpster. She says she puts maybe 4 to 5 bags of trash in it a week. She said the community is just using it for their own personal use, that it is full overflowing each week. She said it is not an issue for them to take their trash to the dump themselves, you know, no charge to dump it, and get rid of that and save the $55 altogether. She is also wanting to get rid of, they have a porta potty. She is wanting to do is that $500 donation she is wanting to use to install a bathroom, a working bathroom inside the animal shelter. I think her husband is gonna do all the work for free. It would just cost the actual, for the toilet and the sink to put it in.
She wanted doors replaced.
And
That's what
she's
500
wanting-
for.
Yes, that's what she's wanting to use the 500, and she's wanting, with what she has extra or left over from that, she is wanting to replace some interior doors.
And the portable restroom rental's $85 a month.
It's $85 a month, so we would get rid of that $85 a month also. And then on top of all of that, with the 85 and 55 that she's saving, she is wanting to get a surveillance system through MRTC. And I've got 2 quotes, if y'all want to see them and pass them around. It's a 3-camera and a 4-camera option. You can do a buyout and own the equipment and everything. For the 3 cameras, it would be $1,986. For 4 cameras, it was $2,212. This will protect people from throwing cats and dogs over the fence, and it protects the animal shelter, because
Vandalism and so forth.
Yeah.
yeah. And so that was her suggestion. That is what she is wanting to do. And she also talked about getting together an ordinance to put together. If somebody did throw the animals over, you could place a fine to where you could charge them not only for the animal cruelty that goes with that, but you could charge them a fine for actually dumping the animal if you put the ordinance in place. That is what she's wanting to do also, eventually down the road. That's what we discussed.
We've been getting a few cats donated to us by somebody come along pitching over the fence. We don't do cats. We do dogs.
Looks to me like that'd be discrimination.
Well, probably would be.
There's no, and I'm not kidding about that, because there's nowhere that you can take a cat. My daughter
Yeah,
had
I think they've got one in Moorhead they take it to. They take it to Moorhead.
Do they now?
Yeah.
No, Moorhead is no longer. If you
Oh,
are
is that
not
right?
in contract with
I
them,
know
if we
they
are
do
not in
then.
contract, they will
Because
not.
she had some kittens that she tried, she called every animal shelter everywhere, and nobody would
They
take
won't.
cats.
Yeah.
They won't.
And I don't see why that's not discrimination.
You have to have a they have to be completely separate to house the cats from the dogs, and we don't have the ability to have the separation, and that's why we can't do both. That's why we're a 1 animal only, that's why we just have dogs.
How much is a month for the camera?
If you do the 3-year lease on a monthly, the 4 cameras was $51.38. And the 3 cameras was $45.87 if you do it on a monthly lease for 3 years.
Is that plus the initial installment on top of all that?
The initial installment was $200. And then
So 200 and plus
you
that
would have
monthly.
200 plus that monthly.
Or you can pay it all at one go around?
Or you pay it all at one go around and have it done. You own all of the equipment, everything that goes with it, the monitor, all the cameras, the whole deal.
It wouldn't hurt to have a camera, even though nobody don't throw no cats in there. We see what's going on over there.
If you lease it, then does MRTC, do they take care of the upkeep on it?
I'm not sure. I did not get a hold of the man to speak with today. I did call him a couple times. With the lease, what I am assuming it will be is that 3 years you will be able to upgrade, or it will be like like an insurance protection on your equipment. If your equipment gets broke or something, they'll replace it. Is what I'm assuming when you lease is what will take place. Over buying it, you would be responsible to replace or for maintenance and repairs.
Yep,
That is mountain rule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
could we have him to come up and talk to us about it? Explain
I'm
to us?
sure he would. I've got the quotes right here, and if you want to look over it,
We need to find out if we lease it, if they
Yeah,
service it.
yeah.
Like-
Oh, yeah, they took care of it.
I'm pretty, like,
Maybe just like you have on your phone,
I'm
your internet, stuff like that, you want to listen to that
75%.
stuff off of it, ain't you?
Right.
A line?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's why
I
I
don't
think
know.
if you lease it, I do believe that it would, the maintenance
That'd
and
probably
repair
be
would fall
maybe
in.
a better deal if we.
Probably.
Put some reliable for it.
But it looked like they're $2,000 fee to hook it up,
She said $200 fee to hook it up. If you
It's
lease
just
it.
$200 to
But
hook
you
it
can
up.
buy everything up for $2,000.
Yeah, 2,000 was the
Or you can
whole,
pay
the whole
$250
without that
thing.
$45 a month.
Yes,
Mhm.
you would just own it. You wouldn't pay a monthly nothing. You would just own it. But if you lease it, you're gonna have that $200 to put it in.
Initial installment.
and then you're gonna have that monthly fee. Which, I mean, getting rid of the dumpster alone is enough to pay for that.
Well, both of them together, $140.
Both of them together, you know, you're saving money. In the long run, you really are, so.
Did you feel we had enough discussion to somebody entertain a motion to, us to go this route?
I'll make that motion.
Anthony's made it, here a second.
We need to decide if we're going with the 3-system monitor or the 3 or 4.
I'd say we're better off to go for 3.
That's what I was thinking either.
Turn one toward Eastville, one back toward West Liberty, and one up Gratiot.
Right, that's what's going on over that country.
All right, so that's your motion, Anthony?
And it's gonna be leased.
Go with the 3.
Yeah, at least.
$45 a month, right?
Yes.
Here a second?
Second.
Stanley second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
We also, with the $500 to use for the bathroom, for the
And that-
repairs and maintenance, is that,
And that was also to get rid of the dumpster and the porta john too, wasn't it?
yeah.
I believe we're gonna put them up the garage, if somebody told her dump truck.
Well, I found out the straight of that now. They couldn't find one on their list up in McGoffin County.
Yeah.
So they come to Morgan County, got ours, and we're replacing it.
Yeah, that happened. They already.
Is that okay if we put that in your motion?
Okay, some discussion about the Arts and Recreation. Lindsay?
Now that, I think is more you. I don't know very much about that. That's something new to me, so.
Well, the Arts and Recreation Committee had a CD in the bank of $50,000. Well, the committee has disbanded, and they have in turn going to give that money to the fiscal court. But I don't know, can you receive money with strings attached to it as to how to use it? I mean, Miles, you may be able to shed some light on that.
What's the strings?
Well, they've told us that it has to be used on the wellness center, the $50,000 that they relinquished to the county.
They said that they will turn that $50,000 over to us if it goes to the wellness center. I had talked to DLG today about a similar situation with us taking the donation for a fire department. And they wanted to use our tax ID number where we're the tax exempt number. So what it came down to is basically you cannot accept a donation with strings attached. They cannot give you money and tell you how it has to be spent. The court has to decide on how it is spent. So I would think you all would just need to be in agreement on how it is to be spent and everything would be fine. But they said you cannot be given money and told how it has to be spent.
How does that come into the wellness center? Is it,
Yeah.
where's the authority that, I mean, where's the grant?
That
Is that
money,
an
that
application?
money was back to the, for them to start with for the wellness.
Yeah, but it came into the account by a certain.
Probably through tax
It
dollars.
sounds like it comes into us, then
It
we
come in
decide to go ahead and give it
from the health
to us.
department.
Health department.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I make a motion
To use it on the wellness center down here, wasn't it?
I'm gonna make a motion to take the money, spend it down there. We got plenty of things to spend on down there.
Oh,
Second.
yeah. All right.
Yep.
That's it.
Denzel made it. Stanley second. Use that money in the wellness center.
I think we need a motion to open the account.
Yeah.
We need
Yeah,
a
we-
motion to open the account to put that in
Yeah,
also.
but set that aside. Do I hear a motion to that effect?
I'll move.
One second, whatever.
Stanley and John made it second. We'll set that money aside to be used on the wellness center.
How much was
$50,000.
Contract.
There was a little bit of discussion about they didn't know whether the court, whether the FEMA might ask for it back. So that was one reason we wanted to set the money aside. If they did ask for it back, we would have it to give back to them. I don't know whether that happened or not. They haven't asked for any back yet, have they?
I think let's spend it before they ask for it.
That should have come through donation, shouldn't it?
No.
If it's the money comes from the health department, we district health won't donate it before.
I don't know where it came from. They just,
Well, FEMA shouldn't have nothing to do with that.
Would have got anything from FEMA, then they had, I don't know.
I don't know.
See, once the health department give it up, it's
I
gone.
guess that doesn't say where the money
Okay,
is.
let's see. Can we get a motion on that to open the account separate?
Got the motion to accept it for the wellness center, and then a motion and approved second for the,
Open the account.
I don't think we voted on that first
No,
one.
okay.
On the first one to accept it and use it to wellness center, dental and Stanley. Need a vote.
Yeah,
Need a vote on that.
all right.
Aye.
And the second motion was to open an account for the money from the Arts and Recreation Board. What bank, you wanna put the bank in there?
Yeah, it don't matter. I guess it's in commercial bank, I think, isn't it? I believe, right, as we speak, anyway.
Okay, is that okay, Stanley, John?
Yeah.
All in favor? Aye.
Okay,
Well, and
Call
we're
it.
supposed to accept it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I think it's gonna be-
And the fifth item on there, Lindsay, you know anything about that?
Yes, we need to set the vehicle and motorcraft property tax rate. I'm not sure what the rate currently is. It's like 8 something, isn't it?
I think that's set at the state level, and all you do is
We just
acknowledge and
said
approve.
Acknowledge it and, yeah. that's
It's not
just-
like real property, it's,
Right.
the state sets the motor vehicle.
So we just gotta accept it, acknowledge it, do that.
And there's not really any need to tonight. We should have had most of the tax rates from now, and I don't have them all. We used to approve them as we got them, but still at the end, we've got to approve them all anyway, so we'll be better off just waiting
Bring it
next
back.
month. And,
Okay.
Okay.
yeah, well, I'll make sure I get in touch with the districts I don't have them from, and I'll present them at the next meeting. So we just need a motion to acknowledge the 2017 motor vehicle and watercraft tax rate.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Stanley. Okay.
Okay, what about number 6?
We have an agreement, it's with Gateway Ad, and it's basically to let senior citizens come in, I guess, to the office, come into our space to use our equipment if they ask at no cost. You know, the contract doesn't cost us anything, it's just an agreement we have that we renew every year. We just need a motion to accept and renew that this year.
Do I hear a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All right. Stanley made it, Brandon second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, it's, you want to talk about the truck?
Rotation, the Mack truck rotation on the garbage truck, it's that time of the year again where we can redo lease or purchase. And we've talked to Worldwide Equipment, and you have a copy of the letter in front of you. That is the quote that they've given us, $151,879 for a 2017 roll-off. We'll do it just like we did last year. Take it to Alabama. It's got to be in Alabama by the 13th of September. The auction will be on the 20th. And we just would have to have approval for you all to accept this quote from Worldwide first, and then approval to enter into a lease with KCO for the Mack truck.
That's about the same price as they always been, ain't it?
Well, this is, the 2017 is $151,879. The 16 we have now is $156,981.
That's
So it's
cheaper.
cheaper.
So
Yeah.
moved.
Second.
Second. John made it, Stanley second, all in favor?
We like cheaper.
And then a motion to enter into a KCO lease,
Yeah, well, first to accept the quote,
Right.
and then enter into a lease with KCO.
all in one motion.
I'm gonna make most, I get the air conditioner fixed.
We had a man there working on it, he can't get the parts.
There we
That's
go.
all they say.
Everybody can't get parts in this new machine.
Yeah.
Can't get the parts.
Get rid of our dumpsters.
Yeah.
Get it that way.
Anthony, I don't think your man's still here, is he?
Yeah, he's coming back, I think.
Okay.
Got a phone.
I've got something real quick we
Okay.
can do. I left off in the animal shelter.
Yeah.
Kathy is going on medical leave.
Oh, yeah.
The
19th.
19th of this month. She will be off for a month. She is wanting, and we've talked talked with Stanley about a Michelle Caldwell taking over as the supervisor of the animal shelter in her absence. When it was run on a volunteer basis, I think she's the one that did it. And she's in agreement to run it for Kathy while she is out. And it does say in what they typed up for the judge to sign for that, it says the final say on any decision-making concerning financial situations, employee matters, or euthanization of animals is to be brought before the judge, so he will have the final say on that. She will just be the day-to-day operations of the actual shelter.
I'll make a motion to put her in there.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. I think we need to let the minutes acknowledge that retirement of Glenda Bradley, and that we appreciate what she's done through the years, and the good job that she did while she was serving us. We sure hate to give her up, but that's the way it is. Mr. Charlie, have you got anything you want to say to us tonight? This is Charlie Borders. I don't know if you all know him or not.
Yeah, matter of fact, good to see you all again. I just, here trying to be the eyes and ears of Senator Paul. As I mentioned to you all before, by law, I'm not allowed to get involved in any campaign. I'm not putting signs, raising money. My job is to be the eyes and ears. Like, for example, I think I mentioned earlier that attending one of the fiscal court meetings, I found out that some of these catastrophic events, people weren't getting their money back on a timely basis. When we had Senator Paul over at Town Hall on the way up here, I mentioned that to him. And 2 weeks later, I was watching Washington, and he was taking the task for wasting money, but he's also taking a task for not reimbursing the counties in a timely manner. So that's my whole objective, is to be out here to hear from you all. As I mentioned in one of the fiscal courts I had the opportunity of attending earlier this week, I served in the state senate for about 20 years, and after attending all these fiscal court meetings, I about concluded that anybody who's serving in the legislature should have to attend at least 5 or 6 fiscal court meetings to see what you all got to go through, because the real work has to take place here, and you all kind of have to deal with whatever's handed down to you. So I really appreciate the job you all are doing. It doesn't go unrecognized, I'll tell you. It gives me a better appreciation, and I'll just be honest, I really didn't have that 20 years I was in the legislature, because unless you participated in it and been part of it, you just don't have a good understanding for it. So thank you all very much.
Thank you, Charlie. He stopped by and see us just every little bit.
Now you have that hair fixed next time.
We'll do our best.
Mention to him about our FEMA money and see if there's any way you can help us with it.
Well, I was listening a while ago, and antenna went up when they talked about maybe taking FEMA money back, and I said, well, we hope that wouldn't happen. So,
Well, what it is, the tornado, when we had the tornado, they sent the FEMA money that we've not got yet.
oh, you all have some money outstanding, you haven't got back
They
yet?
they put it on hold.
Okay, because Billy Matthews, our field representative from Northern Kentucky, he's actually taken over the whole state of FEMA, and that's one thing that we were trying to do, was to see if any backlog money was out there that had not been received. I'm remiss for not asking that, because that's one thing we're trying to do, is make sure that everything gets called up.
Well, we have somebody in here now checking our records to see that everything was on the up
We
and
have
up.
claims that aren't closed out. She is here to close out our claims.
Do you all have any, like,
Claim remedy.
when I first came on board 9 months ago, there were some counties in almost 2 years, and then I found out now they're getting called up, or you don't have any old claims, do you?
From 2012, well, would they be from 2012 and 13? 12 and 13. 12 and 13?
Who would I have, our FEMA representative, Billy Matthews, who should he contact here, just to be sure?
Irene, I guess you know about as much about it as anybody, don't you? She's,
Well, I'm after the lady now, 2013.
I just want to be sure that they contact, if there's some dollars out there that they can get to you all that's not being paid, if we can get that.
Didn't Vanessa take care of all that?
Well, we've got Allison Wolf from a company, ER Assist, going through and trying to close out the claims. We can't receive the money till the claims are closed out,
completely.
and they can't close out the claims until they prove, all the work was done and done the way it was supposed
So you
to.
don't have this
Invoicing.
just laying out there with this not strictly reimbursed.
Right. The claims haven't been closed to do the reimbursement
We
yet.
had some where they just weren't paying it. and that's
I
where
don't think we have any like
Not
that,
yet.
that I'm aware of.
But if you were aware of it, just let me know.
probably talk to Vanessa Elam. She can tell you because she's the one that done all that through the tornado and everything. She probably would know.
It sounds like you all got a pretty good account on what you have going on now. One, you get those, everything, the paperwork, everything in order, and you're not getting reimbursed. Let us know, because it seems like that's being harassment and getting done much better.
Thank you for your effort, Charlie. Anything else that needs to be brought before?
I'm going to ask Miles if he checked on that cleaning job done there for that.
I haven't been able to get a hold of Judge Phillips, but this is her circuit court week, so she's been out 2 days, and then she's got a bunch of other stuff. I am looking into it. I know there's a bunch of interest in maybe some local opportunities there, some getting some local people in, but I haven't. She's been real busy, but I'll keep on that.
She gives you too much grief. She goes to church with me with about 2 months.
I sure will, buddy.
You have some monthly bills you want to present to us?
Well,
We need to-
Other business, Glenn Jiven's got something he wants to bring up.
All right.
And
Go ahead, Glenn.
Yeah, I've talked to Mr. Jiven up at Centerville Road, and there is a problem with some unauthorized ATV use. I think what Mr. Jiven was asking, could there be, an ordinance or something put into effect? There really doesn't need to be. It's against the law to drive an ATV for an extended period of time on the roadway. So I think it's more of a issue of enforcement than it is to make a law. I think that, and I think that we've both talked to some law enforcement. We're going to try to get some more patrols up there to make sure that that's being abided by. But right now, I mean, it's just it's at the end of the road at Centerville, so it's kind of hard to catch somebody if you're on a 4-wheeler and you go straight up a hill. So I think that's kind of the problem we're having, but they are having more patrols up there. Yeah, it's tough because you're basically, you see, as a prosecutor and stuff to talk about this, you see somebody and then they disappear. You can't really charge that person unless you know who it is with something. So unless you catch the person straight up with it, there's really not too much you can do. But we have got more patrols up there, and I know that they're going every day or two up there to try to police the area. Oh yeah, I mean it. I agree, and there are laws against it, but you just got to catch somebody doing it before you can kind of enforce it. And I have talked to local police and KSP, and they have told me that they're going to actually have a lot more patrols up there. So we're trying to stop it, but it's more of an enforcement issue rather than kind of making a law issue, But yeah, I have been promised that they're actually going to make some more patrols up there.
They couldn't get yours.
No problem at all, Mr. Jim.
And of course, we got one more. Mike Stacy was here on behalf of Nickel Branch Road. We had promised him, last September that we would fix it. And he was.
I went back and checked the record on that. We've been there 3 days in last month.
Okay.
And I don't know what they got done, but they was there, according to the logbook, they was there on that road 3 different times. So I don't know what he was expecting.
I don't know.
But they've been there, and I'm sure they put some DGA in the hole or whatever. But according to the logbook, they were there 3 days in a row. Okay, you got some monthly bills you want us to,
Always.
okay, or deny, or what?
They've got them in front of them.
I make a motion we pay the bill.
Second.
All in favor? Anything else? Report. Other than get the air conditioner fixed.
I think we get there.
Okay, appreciate everybody for coming and.
Motion to adjourn.
Right, yeah, plus first second. Motion's been made and seconded, all in favor? Aye.
Who's second, John?
Stanley.
Stan's in here and I can't hear anybody.
I copied it.